Yeah, it's been, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes max. I got a big old electrical zap through my whole fucking body to the point my heart's racing. I was just about to go to sleep. Hey, Cooley. And, big impulse, almost like a electroconvulsive therapy machine. But even worse, I mean, this I'm bitching, it's still there. Some of the it's still energizing some, but it's not as high as the first initial zap. Have a lot of things happening where, like, the heater where I'm at now, the heater's over here. The heater's starting to have problems all of a sudden, and I have Gennaro Torres, Thomas Duckman, Carl Newman, and Ella Purdue all giving problems. Gennaro Torres seems to be giving the most problems. And they keep utilizing my older brother, Johnny, to disheart me, basically crush me. This is his neighborhood, his stuff. You're nothing like him. Quit trying to be like him. He's so gentle, he's so kind. You're a mental retard. Go mix and mingle with your own kind. Well, if that's the fucking case, why did you show up? Why does any of these people show up in my face to tell me this? Because I'm sure the fuck not showing up for you. Don't pass by our apartment complex. You know where we live. Don't do this, don't do that. I'll do even much worse. You can take your blue gang bitch ass on down the fucking street before I tell my brother off and all your fucking riptide ass horse crock of shit game player shit off. And now Riptide, I'll explain that. It's a bar that me and my grandfather were sitting in Florida State when we was down there. Whole family went for a supposed vacation. It was nothing but a disaster, and not even just a disheartening. Me being disrespected, my grandfather being disrespected, and the same type of shit happening here. It has to be the people that's doing it has to be the same people or at least associated. It has to be at least associated. There is one individual that started shit again later on in Florida with me that fucked me up very severely for a couple of years, and then it came back. They keep trying to implant the same seed, the same situation. I do believe she showed up here, so did her dads and all the rest of the shit, and they just keep wasting me. You're not your brother. Get out of here. Go mix and mingle with your own kind. Retard. My older brother there he just completely lifely assaulted me. Still does. It's known through the system of psychological complete obliteration. Hatred. They have people that came out from New York City at 150 West Sycamore Kroger's, Liberty Street, Short Street, but at the Kroger's, and talking like somebody around this area. They pointed over to the apartment complex, lives in one of these apartment complexes. They hate you. I mean, like, life, deathly, blood drawn hatred. And I believe it 100%. And with that being said, it's not even just believe. So what? Get over it. You're not around each other. Nah, they're in here. They're pulling all kinds of nasty ass NSA, CIA, trying to play all kinds of games with whatever they can. From the situation where I was in my brother's apartment, staying with him when all this stuff really broke out, and there's like some rat poisoning, or not just rat poisoning, marijuana, but there's a rat shit filled couch. And they always was mumbling and talking shit and, like, basically making me feel worthless. He even tried to basically take my job from me. It's the only job that I'd had. I realized it's the only job I'd be stable with for a while because I was smoking marijuana too back then, and that's another thing that was sabotage and set up. The big smoke, 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 smoke. And even a psychiatrist here in Ohio, when we talked about it, understood they intentionally did it to abuse you, intentionally did it to make you sick, more than likely. And that's what I didn't realize I was sick because, oh man, take it like a man. That's not sick. That's just high. Nah, I realized I was made really, really, really sick. Anyways, with all that shit being said, the same group of people lived in the first floor of the apartment. We was on like the second floor, and then there was a third floor. The cops lived upstairs, so it's a police associated thing, blue gang bitch associated shit. while they was playing gang members and mafia. So it isn't even playing. It's a possibility when I'm talking about it. I have to just put the words out that like they're mafia, not even like mafia, but also cops. So that means dishonest. And if they is that dishonest and they're still running their game, I guess it's running. But they do have a lot of different people, a lot of reputable names like Colin, Hayden, Alexander. Those are last names of all officials of fucking directors' positions and people dealing with national security and intelligence and all kinds of shit. And them talking, basically, even those people, we did everything that we could for you, my ass. If you did everything you could for me, if in the future, if it works out, even though my whole life's gone, I've already had people walk out and within 5 minutes outright do every fucking thing everybody else has offered up. It doesn't stick because I'm also being messed with to the point I'm being basically brainwashed. No, you're not allowed to think that way. You're not allowed to understand this. You're not allowed to enact on that. Even if it makes you feel better, you're not allowed to have it, retard. That's not yours. That's not your mental process. You didn't earn that yourself. You're utilizing somebody else's shit. Like your older brothers. He's cool, he's this, he's that. That's why he gets that. You need to learn. You learn, retard. It's not your shit. Nasty things being said, not just for jealousy, but playing the insecurity. How would you like somebody to tell you, I'll fuck your brother in front of your face just to show you what I mean? Nasty shit. Intervene. I talked to the psychiatrist about this shit, and that comes out as just as fucked up. But how devastating. That ain't even just devastating, even though I'm already unstable and have been. Shit like that being more unstable. Like, it's just not even how dare you, fucking not even jealousy. And I can't be talking wrong when they got people from fucking New York City, where I was out there, good people traveling out here and outright identifying my problem here. And it has to be a problem of hatred. I mean, just outright petrified the way the persons and the people's talking about it. And then later on I understood there's a situation. I came back from Ariana Grande's fucking concert, and here in Columbus, Ohio, I wasn't at the concert itself. I just was in the area. I went up and checked out around the area, and all this, I hate this motherfucker, this car that rolls up. And the reason why that was being said is because my older brother and I was up around that area to go watch a movie in 2018, and he was up there. He was grabbing the tits off of a couple of statues. There's like some I have a picture of it so it's easier to explain, but since I can't explain it here, there's statues, and with those statues there's women. I think there's 2 kids, but a couple older women or college students. And he was putting his arms around the back end of them with the college students grabbing their tits. And that's what I overheard shit like, that's what we're involved in and you're not. Go mingle with your own kind. I'm being told to go over to the developmental retard center, which is almost, I partially agree. I'm completely obliterated to the point I ain't even at the status of a mental retard. My mind's not working. The implants they've implanted without proof, and hey boy, you don't talk about that, we'll lock you up forever. The attitudes and shit. But anyhow, to go to the fucking retard center to find a date, literally. And at which point I have to agree that we don't have any compatibilities. You don't have nothing for nobody. You're mentally retarded. Basically brain dead, yes. Mentally retarded, brain dead now, after everything they did. The implants, the fights, the head injuries, the mental mind ops and works, their rights and their wrongs. When I find out where they're trying to say they had a right to do something, and where I was in mental health legally, and I spewed. And I asked questions legally, and I found out they didn't even have a legal right to do shit. There's cops involved, law enforcement, utilizing the persuasion. It doesn't matter, you're ugly. I'm going to agree with the person in the background, like whoever it is, even if they ain't present. But even associating communal associated shit that ain't even present at the moment. But hey, you know what? I'll turn a quick eye if nobody's looking and fuck you over, dude. You got bad cops like that. I'm no different than the rest of the blacks that's been shot up and everything else. Partially, I won't say I've been shot, but basically I have. Tasered, all kinds of other different things. Lightly on one side, and I'm not going to say cops are bad at all, because there's the other cops that realize what I went through and taking an eye out, per se, and saying, hey, nah, fuck, that ain't going to happen again, and actually, physically get violent to stand grounds. But this is bullshit to where I moved on. I'm completely away from my older brother, per se, and all that, even though he has names on this fucking house too. My mom and the house that I'm living in, I own it, but my mom owned it. It was all a mess. Everything's a mess with it. But anyhow, his name's on the deed now, so is mine, so is two other more of my brothers. So they're utilizing that as leverage and weight. But it's hard to explain how I'm saying moving on, but even still trying desperately. Basically, they're making it out I need to drop my family. Literally, and I'm already fucking 40 fucking years old now, basically. I could have done this in the past. All this shit should have been worked out, but no, somebody keeps playing ops. And there has been fighter jets, there's been military, there's been fucking police, there's been different types of law enforcement. Nothing but nastiness. If my brother's involved with them, and even in a little bit of disrespect I disrespected him with, I shouldn't have had to put up with 20-some fucking years plus of being what the psychologist would also call jumped. Psychologically, socially jumped. I'm jumped so hard on top of all the other actual physical injuries, the implant and everything else, even just the mental shit. I went basically mentally brain dead. I've been driven mentally retarded. I don't have anything to really live with. I can eat, sleep. I know better than to stick my hand on a burner not to burn myself. I'm not profound, but I'm pretty damn severe. I wouldn't even say mild. How they do it, mild, severe, and profound. I'd have to say I'm almost severe mentally retarded. So, they've caused enough damage. Nobody's paying up. Oh, poor boy. Yeah. Hatred. Riptide. They made it out. My brother used the wave in his hair. You don't even know what that means. You always have to have the same thing as him. And then it was almost like they're trying to rip my fucking hair out, even though they didn't touch me. Like as if they'd like to see me bald. Many, of course, years later. Let's see, that was 99. And in 2009, take that back. So about 10 years later, I was finally given a lethal dose of some type of poison. They think it's like a certain type of rat poisoning that would fucking kill. And like an African rats. Huge ass 4 or 5, 6 pound rats plus or whatever. Huge rats. And my hair fell out. That's what you get. All my hair in the front, the wave where you'd put a wave, the little where you fold over and wave. I can't do that. Yeah, bitch. What's up? All this nasty ass motherfuckers trying to kill me. That's all there is. Go mingle with your own kind. Well, then why the fuck you following me, you dumb bitch? Interstate stalking and all your rest of your people won. And me mingling with my own kind, in 5 minutes, dude walked out. And there's a guy that helped me out in New York City. I just keep telling the story. Dude walked out, and within 5 minutes, outdid their whole crew. On top of physically being capable of kicking their fucking asses. You're a fucking weakling is what they call me. A pussy. You don't do this. We've had you raped. We've had this. We did all this shit to you. We don't give a fuck. Go mix and mingle with your own kind. Don't be around us. I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Nobody would understand. They might. The pain that came from my older brother's shit. Almost basically hatred. And then this other person, hatred. and utilizing that hatred, utilizing ground standing shit from my older brother while he ain't even been in the fucking state of Ohio, much less Columbus, Ohio, much less Walnut Street and Gift Street for over fucking couple of years. Doesn't mean he can't come back here. And as he was here, treated differently completely. So what? He doesn't cause, he hasn't done this, he hasn't done that. I changed myself, and they still did nothing but fucking beat me the fuck down, disrespect. With that being said, I was disrespected when he was out here by them fucking outright, like throwing huge parties like he's an Ohio king or like some fucking gigantor. And on top, allowing all kinds of shit, me to see the difference between, hey, you're mentally retarded and he ain't. And I've been trying, hey, if that's the case, I want it represented. I've already asked the hospital, fucking represent it. They went to, and they fucking gave a diagnosis, we won't diagnose you mentally fucking retarded. Anyways, so that was from goddamn county situation. These guys are stripping me of all my rights, stripping me of privileges, stripping me of life, and then on top, enthusiating somebody else to heart crush. It's worse than hazing that they've done. To heart crush me. We're showing you you're fucking different. Your brother can have whatever he wants. You can't. You don't talk, you don't hit on us, you don't flirt, you don't try to fucking talk, you don't do shit. I'm done. I hope their kids, I hope they suffer, but I hope their kids suffer the same way I did from childhood till now. With all the connections of molestations, all the bullshit, everything. Mistreatment of a, what they say, ID, intellectually disabled. Same thing as saying retarded. Just newly worded situation for the DSMV books. And kind of strange that they keep utilizing ID. I have a situation with my ID that I need to change, have needed to change it for over 25 years. And them trying to Ponzi the situation off. On top, I have a micro penis, which sucks. I don't want to get too in deep on stupid shit, but that's been a crushing situation. And where they're always ostracizing the situation. Don't walk around then like you got a 6-foot dick or that you're a bigger man than what you are. What they're trying to say is a falsehood. A lead on that if I led on, basically I'm capable. And I mean, I understand it in a sense. I do. I definitely do. Where I'm given the vibe or feeling of the big dick guy and I don't have the big dick to perform with. And it's not a conversation to have, but that's another crushing situation. While they're also in here utilizing that, we'll fuck you up on that too for falsehood. And outright doing shit in public, completely making people hate me even more than already being hated to begin with. I don't have any looks, I have lazy eye. I've had all kinds of shit. My older brother broke my nose when I was fucking 14. It was never fixed. The doctors asked my mom about neglect. Too bad they didn't catch it while I was a fucking child. Too bad I wasn't around or I wasn't in the system before I was 18 because they would have filed charges on her. And on probably my brother. My brother could have had charges of attempted manslaughter, more than likely. But nobody called the goddamn police, and nobody helped me out years later. It also knocked me senseless. That's what you get for talking shit to your brother. This stuff is carried on, not just from adulthood, it's carried on throughout my whole life. They've always talked me down. My older brother isn't really an older brother. He's just an outcast and outcasted me. I'm nothing, which is acceptable. Yeah, but it happens. And at Twin Valley, we talked about that. Of basically finding a new family, but you just can't rebuild a new family after all the devastation, but much less time frame. I was already 29, turning 30. So it wouldn't work. I mean, when you find a new family and put that situation together, that's in your teens. Early 20s, yeah. When you first get out of home, or you first hit 18, you ain't got nothing. Not late. And people tried. They tried to make it out that they gave the effort to it, and that's a fucking lie too. On top of infusing, though, you're making an effort of what? You know my situation, you know my older brother, and you're connected to him, but you're going to try to give me a new life getting away from him? It's kind of like a snicker. Yeah, we'll fucking help you because that's what we want to begin with. And not having the correct values and situations work out. Point blank. Sabotaged. Like me sleeping on a couch with rat shit in it all over the place and them giggling about it for 4 months straight. I didn't know it. I didn't check it out. I was always pursuing. Quit being fucking paranoid. Quit disrespecting me like I would do something like that to you. That's the type of point shit I'm doing. And for the crackhead, you know, their little pussy clip and them playing inside the store and perversion and, hey, we'll destroy you any fucking which way that we can. Step the fuck on up. My older brother will go to prison and so will you. I'm almost sure of it. Have a good day. Hopefully the message gets out. They stalk, follow, harass electronically, say shit in the stores that's been said not only on just videos that are public, but even locally. Ain't never been uploaded to the internet. They talk shit of what I've been talking inside the house or anything like that. Even if it ain't electronically done, even conversations and repeating shit back. Just to create even more crushing, which is it, and it is life-threatening now because it's literally affecting physical body. My body's giving out due to being tired of not mentally being there. Kind of crazy. But, yeah. So, hopefully, you know, rumorization, this gets out. And your family building time ain't the family building the wrong building that he mix and mingles with his own people. Because that wasn't made a decision. I wasn't diagnosed mentally retarded, so you shouldn't be enforcing mental retardation. And having police officers help you in the situation by loopholes, fraud, and persuasion of a fucking corrupt system, or even a real system that the cops don't understand how to work, or they don't give a fuck how to. All they want to do is abuse their power and force what they want. I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Columbus, Ohio, rapist ass, homosexual, fucking rapist city. Even cops. And I've had many multitudes of rapes and they throw it in my face every day. Every day. There's nothing we can do for you. That's your fault. Victim blaming. Not my fault when every last one of the rapes was set up. Was instructed by somebody else to target me with. To do it to me. No different than my older brother. No different than my own family. Other family members too. I'm going to end the video at that. Peace. Oh, January 23rd. January 24th, Friday, 2020, 4:52 a.m. I got this 2020 thing messed up for 2020. You get it? 2020. I don't say things right. I've been trying to catch that. Anyways, targetofunlawfulacts.com. Peace.